Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hey everyone, it's Christina.
And Jamie. Welcome to Messy.
How's it going, James?
It's good. I'm at my parents' house in New York, having a little time here, seeing my neurologist tomorrow and doing some other stuff here. You know,
just fun things.
Just fun things. Yeah, trying to keep it fun around the not so fun. How you doing?
I'm fine, guys. I have my motility test that I've been waiting for 8 months tomorrow, starting at 6:50. You eat a sandwich and then you sit there for 7 hours as they watch the sandwich go through your tract to see what's wrong.
Is the camera from
I'm
the
excited
outside
about that.
Is it in the inside?
No clue. I have no clue. I'm just going to be there at 6:50 and in the morning, because we all know how I love things like that.
That's
mornings,
your perfect
afternoons,
hour.
And evenings. All of them are my perfect hours. So I'm doing fun stuff too.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get some answers from it.
Yeah, we'll see. And I will share with everyone about it if I do. And that's all I can do.
Very generous of you.
Well, you know, I'm all about sharing and caring, but
you are. You definitely are. You definitely are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that topic, should we share some emails that we've gotten? We haven't done this in a while from some of our peeps over here at Messy.
We've been so busy with some really cool folks. If you guys haven't listened to any of our folks, please go back to Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts and look up who's we've been dropping, because we've gotten some really cool folks to talk to.
We really have. We've had such a good, eclectic variety of people on the show and such different types of conversations. Much thanks to you and all of your, wonderful friends and wonderful recommendations. And it's been really great to talk to all these different people.
Yeah, we lucky. I would like to read this first one because I have a lot to say. Yeah. Okay. This message is from Jessica. Christina, Jamie, and Allison. I was diagnosed with MS 15 years ago and have been listening to your podcast since day one. Over that time, I have observed that Christine has grown to be a lot more accepting of this disease, and her mental health seems to have improved greatly. Christina, you've come a long way, baby. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Not to say we can't have bad days. I'm currently dealing with some symptoms that make me come home from work, cry my eyes out in the bathroom, and yell, "Fuck, why me?" Then I compose myself, go make dinner for my family. I'm not a mental health professional by any means, just an ordinary woman with MS, making an observation simply by listening to you. Thank you for doing this podcast. Love you, ladies. Jessica. Now, Jessica, my sweet, sweet sister from another mister. I think that some people would beg to differ about my mental health. It's improved greatly. Sorry, makes me laugh.
I don't think so. I think that you continue and then I'll give my 2 cents.
No, I just feel like I kind of got done crying about it. I think that when we started this was like a therapy session for me, at least. You know, you had it for a long time. I was newly diagnosed and my emotions got the best of me a lot of times. And that was kind of the reason for the show. It's called Messy, right? And I got tired of hearing myself cry. So I think I just took it down and deal with it privately a little bit. And maybe that's not right. Maybe that's not what I should be doing. But I think for me, that's kind of what's been going on. It's hard to mourn a life, And Jessica, even though you're 15 years in, it's okay to still mourn the person you were before this fucker came and took hold.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, on the topic of you, Christina, I think that I'd hope that you'd never feel like you can't cry or share That's what this is for. But I do understand where Jessica's coming from in that I think you're in the stages of grief, which is beautiful for you to allow everybody in on, where I think in the beginning, a lot of your emotions were of fear, right? Like, this is so new, this is so scary. And now a lot of your emotions are frustration and anger. It's just kind of like how you process things. And I think that that's healthy. And I think that that's important. And just because I've had it longer, I didn't allow myself to do that for a very long time. I've told you that and talked about that here too. And I think that I can tell you, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know if I shared this on the podcast or not, because we had to guess, but I slipped and fell in my shower and split my lip open and had to get stitches. And I've never been hurt from falling before. And it was very scary. And I did my Jamie thing where I'm like, I'm fine, it's fine. And then the next day, like, a deep depression set in for me. My best friend in LA, her name is Stephanie. We don't talk all the time because she's a very busy, important person, but we have that like connection, but that best friend connection where like she could just like feel something. And she called me and she's like, I feel like you're not okay. And I was like, I'm not okay. And she told me, I'm going to tell you what I've told you thousands of times before in all of these years. Sit with it today. I don't want you to get up. I don't want you to do anything extra than you have to. Nothing, like if you don't have something to do, if your kids don't need you, sit down and sit in it. And that's what I did. I really just sat in the sadness and in the fear and in the worry and in the reality of what I live with. I can't shave with conditioner on a bench anymore in a shower. Just, lesson learned. I was trying to have smooth, sexy legs. That. Why the fuck? What am I doing? I'm 44.
Because we were talking about the razors you were using. Remember, we were talking about that, I think. I was like, use those other ones that you don't even have to be in water.
I know.
I was thinking, and that was very frightening. But yet I said you looked like you had like the biggest, most beautiful lips on the planet from it. So trying to find an upside.
I did get a little lip filler sample.
You did. I was thinking that, Jessica, I have some new symptoms that have been happening in the last couple months where, like, the mental stuff is getting weird, where I can't think of words. And I recall back to, we did an interview with a guy named Chad King from Great Big World, right? Wrote that beautiful song. And he was talking to us and he said, hey, I'm slurring a lot and I can't think. And I remember thinking, oh God, I hope that never happens to me. And it's actually been happening sometimes. And it's only when I get into severe stress or fatigue is when I can't think, like when the words in my head won't come out of my face hole. And it's been a scary new one. And I'm not a big fan. So
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's, I realize it's part of it. It's just, I literally cannot, there's like these two words I can never think of, like all day long when I'm talking to someone. I cannot think of these two words. And
meaning the same two words, or there's just...
Yes, the same two words. I can't think of them. And I ask, like, when I'm talking about something, I'm like, what are those two words, guys? And then everyone will fill me in, like, it's that. And I'm like, oh, that. Yes. So there's like a weird thing that's going on where I'm not processing brain stuff to mouth stuff, but it is what it is, man.
Well, I've been doing a lot of, I don't know if it's coming up in my algorithm more, or if I'm just like clicking on different people and noticing things more, but I think there's like some interesting thoughts around illness and the body. And there was one about like illness being your body's way of speaking to you, right? Like your body's way of communicating with you and trying to tell you to slow down, pay attention to me, whether it's something that you're doing is not right, something that you're not allowing yourself to feel, something you're not processing. So I'm finding myself now in the stages of MS that I'm in to try to like have a different relationship with my body, as opposed to thinking it so much as like betraying me and failing me as like trying to communicate with me. This may be a load of nothing, but I think it is an invitation to everyone, because even if it is nothing, it's a different framework. It's a different relationship you can have with your body, because as you know, when you live with a chronic illness, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult, tumultuous relationship with your physical body. And sometimes thinking about it as something that's like on your side and trying to communicate with you. I don't know. It's a new road that I'm trying to walk down, and I'll take you down there with me as I investigate further. But I'm appreciating hearing people talking that way, because I think in moments like this where you're feeling like you're having a hard time finding words and your brain isn't working, or you're feeling like your body is giving out more or not as strong as it used to be, maybe it's a sign from your body and not so much as a betrayal. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, like, guys and dolls out there, a lot of us have a lot of lesions on our brains. So you have to think about that. You've got to think that, like, this is where we think. It's where we formulate sentences and memories and all of this stuff. And when we have these like little dudes there kind of in the way, it's very difficult to process everything from emotions to whatever. I'm having problems with my words. And I want to say that the funny thing is about those two words is, I can't even think of it. Okay, remember when I was talking about that I was on Elavil when we were talking to that one doctor? It's called a what?
Antidepressant?
Like, see? I cannot think of those two words together.
So we need to think of another word to call it that.
Like a synonym for it. Like
an SSRI?
Sure. There you go. I'll do that one. I don't know. I can't think of
you
antidepressants.
Could just say 4 letters.
Which is so like weird and bizarre that I can't think of those two words. But
I wonder why. Well, that's what it wasn't. Wasn't for you. It was for your stomach. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it was for my stomach. Yes. So yeah, but I can't think of those two words at all ever.
Well, I'm just gonna yell that out every once in a while if I feel like you're not finding a word. I'll just be like, antidepressant.
Yes, that's what it was.
I got you.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
This show is sponsored by Ridwell. Do you ever wonder what to do with all those plastic bags, all that bubble wrap, all those plastic mailers or old cords piling up at your home? Well, guess what? That's where Ridwell comes in. Okay, they make it simple to recycle and reuse the stuff your regular bin won't take. I'm talking soft plastics to clothes to batteries. It literally has the easiest doorstep pickups or mailing kits that work anywhere in the U.S. because real recycling is what we were looking for, and Ridwell makes that possible because Ridwell makes sure everything you send actually gets reused or recycled. They're not going to get shipped overseas. They're not going to get thrown away. They work with more than 225 recycling and reuse partners across the U.S. and Canada, and 97% of what they collect stays out of the landfill. You can see exactly where it all goes on their website. It keeps you in the loop. So after the pickup or the drop-off, you get this message showing where your stuff went and what it became. They make it easy and flexible because, like I said, they can pick it up curbside. So things, again, like grocery bags, snack wrappers, batteries, empty pill bottles, old clothes. Ridwell began in Seattle, by the way, when a dad and his 6-year-old son wanted to make sure their stuff didn't end up in the trash. Listen, guys, isn't that beautiful? That's like where a real dream becomes a reality. Then that small neighborhood project has grown into a nationwide movement that's already kept more than 35 million pounds of waste out of landfills. I cannot tell you the calm and joy I feel seeing all of my clutter gone and knowing that it's going to a good place to be used properly. I'm not just throwing those things away without any regard of where they end up. I fill my Ridwell bags, I set them on my porch, and they pick them up every 2 weeks. And it's one of the few ways I feel like I'm keeping up with the waste and creating an actual difference. It's been such an easy, hopeful thing to add to our routine. So if you want to try it, go to ridwell.com/messy to get $10 off your first pickup or mail-in kit. That's RIDWELL.com/messy, because sometimes the best way to feel better is just to start with something small that matters.
Okay, I'm going to read this next one from Nancy. To the Fab Three of the Messy World. Every time I listen to one of your episodes, I walk away with so much valuable information and always think, oh my God, that's me. What really struck a nerve was hearing your guest, Cindy, share how she first noticed her symptoms. Similar to her story, when my son was just a year old, I remember sitting on the floor playing with him and wondering why my left leg kept going numb. It became harder to get up and down, but at the time, I brushed it off as maybe a pinched nerve from giving birth. The numbness eventually went away, but when it returned a few months later, it spread, becoming tingly and moving into my right leg, and that's when I knew something was more serious. This was almost 10 years ago. In fact, October 19th marks my 10-year diagnosis anniversary, an anniversary I'd rather not celebrate. At first, I did get very involved with MS. After dealing with one neurologist who lacked compassion and urgency, I finally found an incredible doctor who got me started on treatment quickly, which thankfully reversed some symptoms. But now, 10 years later, I'm really starting to feel MS hitting me harder. It wasn't until my mom handed me the People magazine article about you two and your bond that inspired this podcast that I began to pay closer attention. From that first episode in which you shared how difficult it was walking up and down stairs to today's episode with Megan Mullally, you've been such a source of comfort and encouragement. Listening to you made me realize I wasn't ready to dive in 10 years ago, but I am now. I am exploring other MS podcasts and online groups, and I finally feel like I have a place where I belong. To make things even more complicated, MS isn't my only battle. At 17, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. Being a junior in high school, it completely sucked. There's just no better way to put it. While my friends were worrying about dances, grades, and crushes, I was going through a splenectomy and months of radiation. 7 years later, it came back, and at 24, I had to go through several months of chemotherapy. As hard as that was, like you, Christina, when you faced breast cancer, I knew there was an end in sight. The treatment plan was short-term, and remission was the goal. With MS, it's different. The reality of living with an incurable disease is heavier, harder to accept, and honestly terrifying at times. I have an 11-year-old son, and it breaks my heart to know I can do less with him now. He's only ever known me with MS. I remember when he wanted to play tag, and it became harder and harder for me to keep up. Before long, he was outrunning me at such a young age. Explaining MS to him and asking an 11-year-old to understand and show empathy has been a lot on him. But I'm deeply grateful for what I still can do with him, and I hold tight to the memories we create together as a family. Every moment we have is one I cherish. Still, MS is relentless. Every morning when I get out of bed, every time fatigue knocks me flat, I'm reminded I have fucking MS. In the beginning, I could almost outrun it. I was doing those crazy Orange Theory workouts, keeping up, feeling strong. In 2019, I felt beautiful and amazing, dancing in heels at my wedding without giving it a second thought, but now I can't escape it. I'm slowly accepting that a cane is in my near future, and lately I've started using my handicap placard when I can't manage long walks. You women are rock stars. Please keep doing what you're doing. Your honesty, your humor, and courage make us all with autoimmune diseases feel less alone. I can't thank you enough for helping me feel seen, understood, and supported. Sending so much love to you and all the MSers, Nancy.
Can I just say one thing before you talk? Because I think a lot of this... No, not all the things. I don't want to say all the things all the time. Canes are rad. I was just, someone gave me a compliment on my cane the other day and said, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So don't be afraid. It's not you giving up. It's you giving yourself hope and giving yourself some security when you're out in the world. And we have a person who makes beautiful canes. We've talked about her, Neo Walk Sticks. And, wait, I was just reading something else. Oh, handicap placard, girl, parking. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, on that. It's true. Parking. You know, Christina, you really helped me accept the cane, and it has changed my life. It has made me feel less fearful going out by myself, which in turn, I've moved better and walked better because of it, because I'm not stressed and on high alert and in fight or flight because of it. I get 2 compliments of my gorgeous canes. In fact, a little boy in the plane just stop, little kids, like, they stare, which like sometimes annoys me, but I'm always like, hey, what? You want to ask me something? This little boy was like, yeah, why do you need that? And I was like, oh, I have something called MS. My right leg is super weak, so this helps me be stable when they walk. He goes, well, that cane's cool. You look like you should have that cane. And I was like, you just made my week. Thank you. So yes, thank you, Christina, for making us all feel better about walking with this cane, because I don't know why there's so many of people like me. I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if it's fear. It's like a lot of us that, have just felt like, I felt too, like I've tried to outrun this thing for so long. And my kids too have never known me without MS. And I have felt so limited as a mother. And I've just tried to really stop myself from going down the road of the things I can't do because my kids don't notice. I don't think my kids think about it. I don't think my kids are like sitting there thinking, my mom can't do this. They're noticing what I can do. And they in turn are making me try to notice that more. So Nancy, we feel you, we see you. Thank you for sharing so beautifully your journey with us. It makes us feel seen as well. And fuck MS.
Fuck MS. I was going to add to that with the company that Jamie and I get our canes from. I don't know if are you still using the ones from Lynn's?
Yeah, I got like 4 of them.
Okay, cool. So Lindsay and I partnered up and we did a Fuck You MS cane, and the proceeds went to the MS Society. So it does exist only through this one website, and I can say it because Neo Walk Sticks, it's the only one, because other people actually try to steal it. But if you want to be that badass, it says FUMS. That's all. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
And it's beautiful.
Pretty cool cane. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thanks, Nance.
Yeah.
This is from Isabella. Christina and Jamie, though I don't have or know anyone with MS, I stumbled across your podcast through following Minka Kelly. Thank God I did. I'm 25 years old, and I've lost both my parents, one physically gone and other emotionally, cut off toxic family members, and had to redefine my definition of family. One of my earliest memories I have are when my parents were holding each other watching the last episode of The Sopranos, crying and cuddling. You ladies remind me every episode I listen to that it's okay to crumble and get back up and try again tomorrow. You both let me accept the fact that I am not what happened to me. I am capable of moving forward. I used to think that I had too much baggage and trauma that no guy would want to be with me or have children with me. It's my dream to have my own family. But I'm here to say that I found my guy and he accepts every part of me. Isn't it crazy how different it is when you surround yourself with love? You two make me excited to be a mom and have encouraged me to make a life for myself that I am proud of and only I have to like. Thank you for being so honest and vulnerable.
Oh, Isabella.
Okay, I'm crying, Isabella, so James going to talk for a sec.
It is more than okay to crumble and get back up again and try again tomorrow, because that's going to be life. Life is for learning, and life is for growth, and it's never easy. And our pains all look different, but they feel the same in the way that, not meaning physically, but emotionally. And these are the ways that we can connect. I think through pain, you can find connection. Like, beautiful Balin said, like, we're social beings. We're meant to come together. We're meant to lean on each other. And sometimes through our hardships forces us to do that. And through that, you can deepen your relationships and deepen your friendships and deepen your relationship with yourself. And so I'm so grateful that you found somebody that loves and accepts you. And I have no doubt that you found that because you have found ways to love and accept yourself. You've shifted the energy around yourself. So be proud of yourself. Thank you for being so honest and vulnerable with us. And I'm glad that one of your beautiful memories is about the last episode of The Sopranos, because so many people hated how it ended.
I didn't watch the last episode because I didn't want to see the end, by the way, just so y'all know. Oh, girl. When you say you both let me accept the fact that I'm not what happened to me, sometimes I feel like I am the way I am because of what happened to me, and I'm better for it in a way. Does that make sense? Like, they always say a broken bone heals stronger than it was before it was broken. And I feel like I'm bigger and stronger because of what happened to me. But that's not to discount what you're saying. I'm saying that, yeah, you don't walk around the earth with that, you're walking around with your like trauma scarf on. I'm just saying, like, kind of honor that really in a weird way. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that our experiences shape us, and they do make us stronger, and they do shift our perspective, and they do give us opportunities to grow. So you're absolutely right. We are not what happens to us, but we can become who we are meant to be because of things that happen to us, for sure.
Totes.
Support for Messy comes from Mudwater. Fall is here, and for me, that means it's the season to reset. New routines, a little less chaos, and hopefully a little more balance. And that starts with what I drink first thing in the morning, and that's why I have been loving Mudwater. Mudwater is a coffee alternative. It's made with cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms, so you get this warm, focused booth without the jitters or crash. You just mix it with hot water, milk, whatever you want, froth it up, and it is the perfect ritual to stay grounded and clear-headed. And now they have something called Nourish, which is the world's first mental wellness shake. It's like a protein shake, but for your brain and body. They have 25 grams of clean, plant-based proteins, nootropics, adaptogens, and probiotics. It supports focus, recovery, digestion without fillers or artificial sugar. It's just real cocoa, real vanilla, and ingredients that actually do something, because every single ingredient in Mudwater's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher, and there's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added. And like I said, every ingredient serves a purpose, with organic ingredients for clean, natural boosts, smooth, earthy flavors, has the hint of caffeine for like a hot chocolate-like flavor, has lion's mane for focus, cordyceps for natural energy. Just try Mudwater. You just, again, drop the powder in your favorite mug, pour some water, milk, give it a mix, add a little creamer, a little honey, even CBD. So are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal, up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code MESSY. That's right, up to 43% off with code MESSY at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them. Please show your support and let them know we sent you. Support for Messy comes from Honey Love. It's officially cozy season, which means soft sweaters, layered looks, and comfort on every level. And let me tell you something. If your bra isn't part of that equation, it's time to change that. So if you're dealing with underwire pokes or bras that feel like body armor, it's time for a serious upgrade. Honey Love makes the best wireless bras that feel like second skin. They're lightweight, they're breathable, and they're designed to work with your body, not against it. So whether you're laying under a tree or slipping into a sweater, or just hanging around the house, their bras give you just the right amount of lift without the squeeze, thanks to years of research, development, and testing. I forget I have my bra on a lot of the time when I'm wearing my Honey Love bra. I get in bed and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't taken my bra off, because it just, like they said, it molds to your skin. It feels like you're just like supported, but without the constraints. I also want to tell you about their recently launched new Cloud Embrace bra. Okay, this bra sold out in days. It's a modern wireless t-shirt bra with sturdy, lightly padded foam cups that feel like a cloud against your shin. This is the bra that I was just talking about. It's a wireless bra for people who love underwire. And by the way, Honeylove isn't just about bras, guys. They've got shapewear, they've got tanks, they've got leggings that are just as comfortable and supportive as their bras. My favorite is their Superpower short. It's a must-have. So treat yourself to the most comfortable and innovative bras on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/messy. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/messy. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience a new standard in bras with Honeylove.
All right, this one's from Phil. Every time I see the name Phil, I just think of Groundhog's Day, and I think, Phil Connor?
Phil?
It's just always where my head goes. Apologies,
Great
Phil.
movie. You could watch it over and over and over. This is a really funny joke. Over and over again.
You sure can. All right, Phil. Finding your podcast has helped me realize many things. My name is Phil Cohen, and I live in a small town outside of Scranton, Pennsylvania. I am a 42-year-old male that after having this immense pain in my lower right quadrant for 6 months and having doctors say it was anything from a strangulated hernia to colon cancer, that I finally went to the Cleveland Clinic and got the diagnosis of relapsing MS on June 11th, 2024. As you both have said, it isn't a death sentence, but a life sentence. I'm learning about my body and why certain things hate me. I was told to find a support group, and listening to you ladies put it to the forefront and say, F you, not today, gives me more strength than you'll know. Thank you for giving me tools in the arsenal, and one day I will have the ability to think that MS was just an obstacle and not a nail in my story. You're right, Phil.
You can say fuck you. You can say fuck you, not today. By the way,
he's a gentleman.
On our podcast. Yes, Phil, you are a gentleman who lives in Scranton, so I'm pretty sure you know Steve Carell. But you can just say fuck you. But please, continue it.
Yes, no, but yes, Phil, I have no doubt that you will one day not see, this is not the nail in your story. This is not the end of your story. It's part of it. It's part of it. We don't know why, but stepping into some sort of finding moments, I think I shared at that time that it's, again, this is my mantra I use all the time that my therapist said, like, I believe that somewhere in some realm, I chose this. And whether that's true or not, it gives me some sense of power in this situation and trusting my circumstances. So this is not the end of the road, my friend. Keep pushing on.
You're new, Phil. You're new. And, you know, I don't know if you have a community there, but you have us as your community. So go back and listen to what we've been doing for the last, almost 2 years. And just ease in and listen to like what we're talking about. We're with you. Even though you weren't part of this then, just know that we're always here for you.
Yeah.
This is a good one for me because it's very short. This message is from Lisa. Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm 57. Just found out about a year ago I have MS. I used to work construction. All the things I liked about myself, strong, hardworking, and very independent. Now I have become a different person. I'm doing okay, but I hate the new me and miss the old me. Please, some words of advice. Thank you for the podcast and sharing the information. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah. I know how you feel in the sense that, like, that morning, that feeling. I mean, I'm 4 years in now, but I still go, God damn it. Where did I go? And so that's why Jamie and I have such beautiful, like, perspectives in a sense that she's been here. She's gone through this part. But when I just read that, it's like getting that phone call again.
Well, let me say this to both of you right now. Okay? Lisa, you are still strong. You are still hardworking. Those characteristics and those parts of you, MS did not take away. I've had this my whole adult life, right? Since I'm 20 years old. And it's getting to be so far from when I was able-bodied that sometimes when I sit and close my eyes and try to remember what it's like to feel free in my body, I can't quite get there. And that's hard. But when I talk about the things that I possessed that I used to think about who I once was, I'm reminded and by myself and other people that I still possess. So even though I can't confidently walk down the street in a pair of high heels and go on hikes with my friends and go shopping with my friends and do all of this stuff, and I remove myself from certain situations that I know will be challenging, I know I'm still a lot of other things. So you're going to have to take some time to sit with yourself and mourn the things, yes, that you cannot do, but also celebrate the things about you. Because one thing that I think we all have in common that we have MS is we're fucking fighters. No one I know that's been diagnosed with MS is not a fucking fighter. And we have a fire within us, and we pivot, and we find other ways.
Pivot. Sorry.
You had to. I was waiting for it. I was going to be upset if you didn't give it to me.
Shit. Trying not to interrupt.
Well, that's not an interrupt. That was a call. That was a call to action right there. And you
there
answered.
You go. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But you, again, I just invite you to, and I honor that you can't do construction anymore and you can't feel strong in your body, but you can feel strong in your soul, because to live with this thing is not for the weak.
And if sometimes you're not feeling strong, honor that as well, because I get those times, man, all the time where I go way dark, but you've got to know that it ebbs and flows. All of it ebbs and flows. Even your symptoms ebb and flow. You know, there are days where I can't get to the bathroom. I just broke my toe like a month ago going to the bathroom. So, and then there's days where like we went to Sinespia on Saturday to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and walking around doing my thing, like all dressed up and having a good time, right? So it ebbs and flows, guys.
Yeah. Celebrate the wins and honor the hard shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, this one's from Lori. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being thank you for opening up and talking about MS, not in a shameful or pity way, but in a very own it way. I'm 6 months into my MS diagnosis, and the way you two make me feel not alone is everything. Everywhere I go, I look at seemingly healthy people and wonder if they have MS. Is it obvious to anyone else that I do? I haven't shared my diagnosis with anyone outside of my super close people. I think I'm scared to share it, like maybe we'll make it real and I won't be able to hide from it. I worry about my future. I worry for my kids and husband. I worry that something I did somehow caused this. I worry. But you two beautiful souls, potty mouths and all, make me feel okay, feel seen. Not in a scary way, but in a belonging way. So thank you for that. Thank you for the hope you share. Speaking of hope, I hope you do this podcast for 50 more years because I enjoy listening to you both that much. All my best, Lori.
Lori, I'm 53, so that's not going to happen, but continue, hey.
My grandma lived till 103. I'm telling you, it's possible. But, you know, I think when I was living with it as a secret and I was like 10 years in and I was like really having a hard time hiding it at that point, and I would stare at people's legs and I would stare at my girlfriends. I would stare at the way they would put on pants. I would stare at the way they would try on shoes at department stores and just walk around confidently and just like marvel at their bodies and marvel at what they were able to do and look at strangers and too wonder, yes, like, did they have MS? And I don't know, did they have something wrong? But the truth is, everybody's got something. Everybody's got something going on that's walking around down the street and through the world. And that's what we're here to share. We're here to share that MS or not, no one's alone in their struggles, and no one's alone in having to persevere and push through something. So I'm glad you feel hope. I'm glad you feel seen. And I'm glad you love our potty mouths.
Mine's a little bit worse. Anyway, sorry.
A little.
One thing you said is that you worry that something you did cause this. Girl, no. That's not how it works. And I feel like I get asked that question a lot. What happened? What did you do? You know, because everyone needs to have some kind of weird answer of why something happens. You must have done something wrong, right? If they knew what caused this, we wouldn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah. And it's so easy to blame yourself, like, for circumstances. It's just where the human mind goes, or at least, you know, where a lot of ours go. I know mine does. I'm sure yours does too sometimes, Christina. And it's like, it's fucking terrible. And it's an endless, unnecessary loop, and an important one to get out of. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. I reminded us that Lori said that, because we didn't deserve this. There's nothing we did wrong to deserve this. This is just, it's random. And like I said, I am trying to go down this road right now of that this is supposed to happen. I don't know why. And I'm going to do everything I can to learn everything I can from it. But take all the blame away, because that's useless. It's an unnecessary pain to layer on to what you're already experiencing.
I can't wait to get to where you are, James. Like,
you will.
That I feel like it has a purpose. You know, like a lot of our listeners, I'm sure that the newbies and everyone else, like, I don't know what that is yet. And I haven't gotten there, in the sense of, like, I want to so badly, Jamie. I really do. I don't know when it's going to happen, man.
But girl, this didn't happen to me until the last few years. And I'm, again, 25 years into this. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And this is something that has slowly revealed itself, but it's also been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fucking work. This has been a lot of life experience, a lot of soul searching, a lot of money spent, a lot of therapy, a lot of conversations, a lot of trust falls, a lot of error, a lot of failure, a lot of success. You know, it's been a long, windy, rocky road, but and it didn't come easy, but it's something I absolutely see for you. I absolutely see that for you. It just takes time. It just takes a different amount of time for everybody. And I see it for you, and I'm here beside you. It's one of the things I believe is my role in your life and on this podcast, because I want other people to be able to feel this. It's not that I'm not without difficulty and frustration and heartache. That's part of it. But my purpose, I want people to believe that there is a better way to live with this.
Thank you for saying that, my love. I'd also like to say to Lori and other people, don't look at people out there in the world who say, you know, that have an illness like ours and compare yourself, right? And I'm not talking about, I'm just don't compare yourself. You're not doing MS wrong, right?
Yep.
Well, thank you, Lori.
Support for Messy comes from CB Distillery. You know those nights when you just don't sleep? And then the next day you are dragging, you are exhausted, and everything just feels harder? Well, I can't have those nights. So that's where CBD from CB Distillery can really make a difference, because it's not just sleep. CB Distillery has solutions that work with your body to help with stress, with pain after exercise, even mood and focus. I cannot tell you how much this product has helped me. It's all made with the highest quality, clean ingredients. It has no fillers, just premium CBD. So imagine, okay? Imagine waking up rested. Imagine waking up and enjoying your day without those nagging aches and pains. That is the real win of CB Distillery solutions. And that's why over 2 million people trust CB Distillery. I have found that their sleep gummies have been a true game changer for me. I sleep soundly, I sleep well, I wake up rested, my body feels relaxed. So if you're ready to have that, if you're ready for better sleep, less stress, and feeling good in your own skin again, try CBD from CB Distillery. And right now you can save 25% off your entire purchase. Visit CB Distillery and use promo code MESSY. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code MESSY, cbdistillery.com. Support for Messy comes from Calm. You know, there is a lot out there telling us how to be better, right? Be a better parent, be a better partner, be a better worker, be a better version of yourself. It's exhausting. So when I need to hit pause and reset, Calm is the tool I reach for to release stress and find space to breathe, even on the busiest of days. Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, and it is here to help you feel better. So if you're feeling like you could use some support navigating life's ups and downs, get the relief you need with Calm. They have sessions that are like guided meditations, right? They help you work through anxiety and stress. They have ones that help you boost your focus. They have ones to help you build healthier habits, ones about taking better care of your physical health. Those have been very helpful to me. They also have sleep stories, sleep meditations, calming music. They have grounding exercises. Those are ones that help you reset and relax when you're feeling overwhelmed. Good to do in the car before you're walking into a possible stressful situation, or after you drop your kids at school and you want to kind of reset that after that morning chaos. They also have expert-led talks, ones that talk about helping you handle grief, ones that talk about improving self-esteem, improving relationships, literally everything you could ever imagine. Calm just puts those tools you need right in your pocket. So calm your mind, change your life. Calm has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/messy. This is an amazing value. So go to calm.com/messy for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. Calm.com/messy, and tell Calm you heard about them from us.
This next message is from Susan. Dear Jamie and Christina, I listened to your podcast this morning, as I do with a cup of coffee on the drive home from school drop-off. Christina, I love that your friend sends you dance videos. I have that friend as well, and it's everything. I feel a mixture of longing, joy, and sometimes I feel pissed off when I watch others dance, paint, or run. I often feel like I can totally do that. Then my nervous system checks me. I have CIDP. What's that? We have to, let's make a note of that. Sorry, Susan. We just don't know what some of these things are. I have CIDP, SFN, and RA. Oh, I know what that is. My immune system basically has it out for my nerves and joints. Aside from wanting to share these sweet dance moves with you, I also want to thank you both for being so real, honest, and mostly for making it okay to be those things out loud. I have 2 daughters, 14 and 12. As much as I would have loved to spare them from watching their mom fall in public, pulling the car over because I can't feel my hands on the wheel, and having to tell them I just can't seem to do that at this moment, but I will keep trying. You can't hide things like that. Kids are so perceptive. You have both been such a major help to me in learning to be open and honest with my girls about what's happening, and mainly in trying to create a space where they feel like they can ask me questions or tell me something scares them or worries them. Sometimes they need to be angry too. Anyway, thank you, Susan.
Yeah, so that's where sometimes I think, um, for us parents and mothers that are dealing with this, and so dealing with it on two levels, right? Dealing with it on the personal level and how it's affecting you, and then also worrying about how it's affecting your children and your family and the people around you. I think you just have to trust they chose you as their parent, and that this is shaping them. And this is also giving them a perspective of the world that sometimes people have to learn later in life. I think it teaches them empathy. It teaches them to be highly aware of others and their needs. It teaches them not to stare. It teaches them to be inquisitive. It teaches them to be curious. And these are such important qualities in people. I know so many adults that I wish had these qualities. So I think about for my own boys that I'm grateful to be raising little men that know how to take care of a woman, because my boys, they do that for me. I'm not afraid to ask them for help, and I hope I've taught them that as well. They see me be strong and they see me push through, but they also see me sit down and ask for help when I need it. So I think, thinking about your daughters, and your ability to have these open conversations with them, it's going to help them in every area of their life and in ways that they need to express themselves.
I mean, I think, we were having a lot of, I'm really emotional today with everything that everyone's saying. I think it's getting pretty deep. But I was going to say, my daughter knew me as someone else before this happened. She knew me as a dancing, fun, hiking, running mom. And I feel like as much as she, she's 14, so she doesn't want to act empathetic. She wants to be cool and a badass and punk rock and all those things. She still today, when I was driving her to school, she put her hand on my back because she knew I was having a hard morning. And maybe this disease is giving her that something that maybe otherwise she wouldn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That softness, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have no doubt it is. I have no doubt. Okay, this one's from Eric. Thank you, Christina and Jamie, for sharing your experiences with MS. Most people have a vision of what disability looks like. They might think you have to have a walker or a wheelchair or some other obvious physical aid. Although I don't think you guys have used this term, but your experiences define it. Dynamic disability. Oh. This is what I struggle with the most with having MS. My physical ability changes within minutes, it seems. Oh my God, I feel seen. Wait till you hear this. Whoa. I went to the Minnesota State Fair. I was walking fine in the morning. I started slowing down, started looking drunk, people asking if I was okay, couldn't walk, and needed a wheelchair to get around. I tend to get looks because I look otherwise healthy, and it's incredibly difficult to navigate any activity because you don't know how the hell you'll feel 10 minutes from now. Fatigue, double vision, numbness, spasticity. I haven't quite figured out how to mentally deal with the fact that people see me one day looking normal and then I look drunk at my kid's event that evening. Other than saying F you, I guess. Anyway, thank you for sharing some experiences of what dynamic disability is so others are more aware. I've never heard of that term, Eric. Thank you so much for sharing it, because I actually went through this today. I'm here in New York on Long Island. I was meeting this director of this film that I'm going to be doing in a couple of months. And then I got to the coffee shop and I parked. I was like, oh my God, I didn't bring my cane. I just didn't think, because I was in New York. It's like normally just in my car in Texas. And I was like, okay. I took some deep breaths. I made sure I calmed my nervous system as much as I could. I got out of the car and I walked fine to the coffee shop. I even had a little strut. I moved my butt a little bit. I was like, ooh, I'm feeling good. Sat down, had our breakfast, felt great, got up, was a little stiff, but made it to my car okay. By the end of the day, when I was leaving my brother's house, visiting his kids, my nieces and my nephew, I needed to lean on my mother to walk to my car. And I'm sitting there being like, how does this happen? How does in one day, in just a number of hours, I can go from feeling like, wait a minute, I'm feeling great, to feeling bummed out that I'm needing to hold on to my 76-year-old mother to get to the car safely. But this is dynamic disability, and I never knew that term. So thank you so much for sharing that. I feel very educated right now on what I live with.
I want to make shirts that say dynamic disability. There are shirts that say, I'm not drunk, I just have MS. So just so you know, Eric, they exist. So don't worry about it. I don't really know what to say about this because we go through this all the time, and it does change within minutes, days, seconds. And I guess at some point you just kind of go, okay, well, I'm having one of those moments. I'm having that minute. I'm having that hour. I'm having that day. And forgive yourself for it. A lot of people are going to be like, well, you were okay yesterday, but you're not okay today. Well, you know what? Fuck you. This is what I have. And we don't know when it's going to change, right?
Nope. And also, I call them the mental gymnastics that, I used to go through a lot more, but that stop myself from going, where I'll be like, well, what did I do? Did I eat something? Did I drink something? Did I sit in a position too long? Did I this or that? No, sometimes it's just my gas tank's running on empty. I had, more energy and my brain was firing better in the morning, and later in the day, it's just not. And that's just what this is. And that's where acceptance can come into play, of just being like, okay, I'm going to celebrate how well I felt for those first few hours of the day, and honor and take the help I need for this latter part. It sucks, but, it's just part of the ride.
And by ride, we mean a roller coaster. I keep thinking of like Magic Mountain. Like you're like, tick, 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 and then it goes down, and then it turns around, and you're like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm upside down, but now I'm okay, and then now I'm upside down again. So just remember, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah, and sometimes you're drooling, and you're like, was that fun? Am I nauseous? Do I want to do it again?
Or sometimes a bird makes your nose bleed. Come
are you talking
on,
about Fabio?
I'm talking about Fabio.
I call bullshit on this. I think Fabio needed some heat, and I think it's a fraud. I think it's fake, and
I really do.
I think that Fabio.
This is so controversial, you guys.
I think that Fabio was needing some attention, and this was the way to do it. Because of all places, on his nose, I didn't see a feather. I saw no feathers.
I don't think he killed the bird. I think the bird just like ran in. Did you think he had like a blood capsule in his hand and just went? I don't know. Now I'm like, I want to watch the video.
I mean, even if the bird could have made it, but feathers go flying. I mean, if to cause that strong of a collision when a roller coaster, I don't know. I'd like to open this case back
You're
up.
So funny. You're the first person ever in my life to be like, I call bullshit on that one.
It's one of my few things that I ponder about. And that Fabio's bird roller coaster. Really? I love that you brought it up.
You fucking ponder that?
I do. And the other one is I ponder is grave sites, because I don't understand how all the people that have died, I know that not everybody's been buried in the ground, but for the amount of people that are buried in the ground, like, how is there still room? Like, I just don't. I think that there's like a circulation. I think that things get dug up.
You think they're taking them out?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to seem macabre, but I'm going on Tuesday to buy my plots.
You
at a certain cemetery. Yes, I am. Because I want to make sure I got a space.
Okay.
So, because I'm that kind of weirdo. So
but
now I'm thinking, shit. Like... Now I know the owner of the place, which I'm not going to name, but I'm going to be like, do you guys dig it up?
Could you ask
you guys just dig it up and yes,
you're asking for a friend, literally for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. It's
literally going to ask this person for a friend.
Thank you.
This message is from Jen. Dear Jamie and Christina, first and foremost, my apologies to Christina, as this will not be a short email. I wanted to thank you for creating this podcast and sharing so openly about your experiences with MS. You are both remarkable women, and I honor your bravery and strength. I do not personally have MS, but can relate to some of your experiences, having lived with and assisted my father as he battled Parkinson's disease and dementia for many years. While I loved caring for him, the stress of that process, especially dealing with family that had opposing views on how best to care for my dad, made me susceptible to allowing my rheumatoid, I can never say it. Come on, guys.
You did.
Say
you
it
just
for me.
Said it.
Rheumatoid arthritis. But it gets out like it weird in my mouth. Sorry about that, Jen. I don't know the other words that we were talking about earlier. Anyway.
Antidepressant.
And thank you. Antidepressant. RA, as I know, it's very hard. So I apologize for, we're laughing. Okay, we're not. That had been dormant for 30 years to reemerge. Oh, shit, sorry. This has been a real disappointment for me, but I'm doing all I can to be healthy and move forward with a positive outlook. Believe it or not, your podcast helps a great deal with this process. You're both very inspiring. I can also feel the love and care you have for each other. Your interactions are honest and vulnerable. I do not have any specific questions. I just felt moved to write and express my gratitude for the work you're doing. You're building a real community. Thanks, girl.
That's so nice, Jen. Take care of yourself.
I can't speak anymore because it was such a long email. So Jamie's going to talk to you for a second.
Well, I feel for you and the stress you are under and how painful and difficult it is to have opposing views on how to care for a loved one. And your body's talking to you. And I'm so sorry to know that you are struggling with rheumatoid arthritis. All you can do is try to be, like you said, as healthy as you can and move forward with a positive outlook. That's all you can do. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. Yeah. There's nothing more you can do. Just allow the space for yourself. And we're here for you. Thank you for finding us.
And also, may I say that our podcast maybe originally started because Jamie and I had a common ground, right? Which is this fucked up disease that we have. But really, this is a space about talking about anything and everything. This isn't an MS podcast. This is a human podcast. It's about emotions, trauma, life, kids, mothering, parenting, fathering, death, all the things. And then we have like Will Ferrell on. You know what I mean? Like it's about so much more than is in our title. But our title actually speaks volumes. It's messy. Life is messy. So there you have it. Kids.
Beautiful. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Well, to end this episode, I'm going to share one of the Instagram things that came down the rabbit hole that I've been going down that I was talking about.
Wait, what?
Well, I was, I was just talking about, how all the things that are coming up with me right now, that I'm sort of following and trying to sort of think about and adapt as a mindset when dealing with anything hard in life, like you said. Mm-hmm. So nothing that happens to you is good or bad on its own. Events are neutral. Circumstances are neutral. Life just is. The meaning comes from you. It's your judgment, your perception, your story that decides if something is a curse or a gift. Most people suffer twice, once from the event and again from the label they slap on it. Change the lens, and the same moment that breaks you can build you. And so it is.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.